Hi guys, EBPMAN here with Tablets for Me, and today we're going to take a look at a Wi-Fi camera. This camera is called the MyCam HD wireless camera, and this was brought to us by miSafes. Now before doing the unboxing, let's take a look at some of the features. One of the things that this security camera features is one-click setup. So it's going to be really easy to set up, and we're going to go through the experience as we do it. It does use sound wave technology to do the setup process, and once again, as we do the installation, you'll see how easy it is to set up the camera. Now this camera does have a micro SD card, which is really great because a lot of the security cameras that we're seeing now really are focusing on cloud storage, which has its pros and it has its cons. In this case, there's no cost for you to store images on the camera, but understand that in the event that it's on the camera and you have a break-in or somewhere to steal the card, all the images go with it. But it's something that it does support, and it's a welcome feature. The other thing is we look at the features here, and this is really important because as you're looking at cameras, you want to have a camera that has the highest resolution. So this is a 720p HD quality camera. It does support low night vision capabilities, and it's also supporting a lot of the standards that we see today from a wireless perspective. Keep in mind that this does not support the 5 gigahertz spectrum, and I don't find many cameras that do. So if you ever have a problem setting this up and you're trying to go for a 5 gigahertz spectrum on your Wi-Fi router, it's because it probably doesn't support it, and this is a camera that's no different than what I've seen before. It also has a built-in microphone and speaker, so you'll be able to listen and speak to it. So this is going to give you the feature, for example, if you're using this as a pet cam to speak to your dog, your cat, goldfish, or parrot, whatever you have at home, or you can use it as an anti-cam as well. It does have an adjustable 360-degree magnetic base, and from a software perspective, it supports multiple operating systems, the most popular ones. And you'll notice that a lot of the demos that I'm doing for these products, I don't really bother with the PC side because most of us are using our smartphones to really take a look at what's going on these wireless devices. So we'll see how it looks in these operating systems or these ecosystems for Android and iOS. The features once again are highlighted again, that you can see that you have chatting capabilities and all the features that we had highlighted earlier. And here on the back you'll see the kind of the two-way support that we talked about, how you can use it for multiple different uses, and once again the software or the applications are available, and they're available for both of the ecosystems. So let's do an unboxing and let's see what's inside. Now inside the box you'll have your camera, and your camera really looks like some of the cameras that are out on the market today. We're going to look at this really closely, but you'll see it does look somewhat like a drop cam, right? So here's our camera. Put it to the side. Here you have some screws, a base with also some wall anchors. Put it there. You have a very generous USB cable. This is really long. We'll see how long this is in a couple seconds, and if I don't mention it on the video, we'll put it on the show notes. So here you have a long micro USB cable, a micro USB, or again the power brick for that. And let's see, is there anything else in here? Doesn't look like it. And then what you have here is a user guide. So here you have the user guide with all the steps necessary to set it up and explaining all the features. So we'll put this over to the side, and again, just to recap, you get several little things here. We have our user guide, power brick, very long micro USB cable, your camera itself, and then some mounting screws. So before moving on to the camera itself, I just wanted to highlight the USB cable is a 10-foot USB cable, so you're going to have a lot of flexibility as to where you use it, your camera, because of the length of the cable. Now this little piece of plastic leads you to believe that this is kind of a suction pad, but it isn't. It's truly a magnetic base. So here is the magnetic piece that you would attach to your wall with screws. Watch how powerful this is. This is going to be something that is very difficult to remove. Like, I can't take it off this way, but you can slide it off like this to put it in place. So a very powerful magnet, which is again going to give you a real nice grip wherever you put that base. Now the base itself, let's talk about that for a second. Very flexible. You can rotate your camera any way you want and really configure it to the area that you would like. I actually find if I compare this to the drop cam, I find that the first generation drop cam did not have the level of flexibility that this device has. So this is much more flexible. The second generation they did address it, but this is still for this type of device very flexible. The material is made out of a plastic material, which means it's also very lightweight. The only part that adds some weight is the base, obviously because of the magnet. So what we're going to do next is we're going to set this up. We're going to see how the process works and see if they stay true to their just one-step install. And we're also going to use an iPhone 6s to do the setup. Once you plug in the camera, you'll see the LED start flashing. Now, before you connect or go through the setup process, one tip: make sure that your phone is connected on a 2.4 gigahertz network. So if you do have two networks in your home, you want to make sure that you're connected to the one that has the lower number, not the 5 but the 2.4, because the camera only supports 2.4. That's going to save you some problems if you run into that. So I made sure that my phone is set to a 2.4 network, and now all I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the app, right? And I'm going to say okay. I'm going to allow the push notifications. I'm going to hit start. And I'm going to sign up for this service. Let me go ahead and do the sign up first. Now once I've signed up, and it's a real simple process, all you put in your email, your password, and then you're done. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to hit the plus sign to add the camera, and we want to make sure that the green light is flashing. So you notice it's telling you right here that the green light should be flashing, which it is, and we're going to tap this now. And this is the network that I'm connected to, and this is once again a 2.4 gigahertz network. So what I'm going to do now is just connect. So my password is already there. Let's go and hit connect. Let me go ahead and put in my password real quick. So now that I've inputted the Wi-Fi password on my phone, the next step is to put the phone close to the camera and then hit the next step button. And I'm going to hit start. So you heard that little chirp sound. The camera is actually confirming that it was able to receive the information from the phone, and now I'm going to hit next step. Now it is going through the configuration process, and it says that it can take up to 17 seconds. It's already connected, and you can see how fast that was. So I think that this is as simple as it gets when it comes to setting up the camera. So now that's set up, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the features. So now let's take a look at the camera itself, the quality of the image, and what it sees. So here I have the app open. I'm going to tap on the magnify so we can see kind of like the quality of what you're getting. Really good quality, and you do have zoom capability. So you notice I'm going to kind of get as close as I can to this image. You'll notice that it is a little pixelated right there. So we'll pull out a little bit and see where the pixelation goes away. So it looks like at that level you have a good still a relatively good image. We'll reduce it, we'll come back, and we'll see what other features we have here. Let me zoom into the phone so you can see all the features. So you have the ability to enable or disable the mic. Anytime you connect to the camera is going to give an audible communication, letting the person know that you are connected. I don't know if that's something that you can disable. If you're going to use this as kind of a nanny cam and you want to monitor what's going on in your house, it probably would be a good feature if you could turn that off. I don't know if you can turn that off or not. So I tapped in this Fluent, and now it says that it's an HD mode. So I take it that this mode probably is going to be a higher resolution. So what we'll do is we'll test it to see, because we did zoom in earlier and we saw that it got jaggy, or the edges where there were a lot of jagged edges there. And you'll notice now that the quality is much better. So we're not seeing that distortion. So if you look at this box right here, it looks really good, easy to read. Here is an iPhone box, and the iPhone box is again, the image is easy to view, as so as this image. So you do have multiple viewing settings, which is great, and you can see here on the upper right hand corner that it says that it's HD. So we're going to go back to normal mode, and now let's take a look and see what else is there. So you do have the ability to hold to talk and speak. So what I'm going to do is do that. We may get some feedback, so I apologize for that, but let's try that. I'm going to say okay. Testing 1 2 3. So you get a communication letting you know that you're being watched through the camera. Pushing to talk. Testing 1 2 3. So it's not very loud. So there's a lot of people in the room. It's probably not going to be something that someone can hear, and there's no way to adjust it. But you do have, if this is in, let's say, your pet's in the house, I'm sure your pet's going to be able to hear it. If you're using it as a nanny cam or a baby cam, your child will hear it as well. You do have the ability to take a snapshot. So if I push this button, a snapshot was taken, and if I push this button right here, it's going to record. So right now it's recording, and it's telling me that it started recording. Interestingly, that even though I've started these functions, the camera itself did not tell or speak that a snapshot was being taken or a recording was being taken. It just tells you when you tap the record button, or when you connect to the camera, it tells you that you've connected. So you don't get a message at all in either of these cases. You could listen to what's going on. So if you tap on this mic button and you start to talk, what will happen is you'll hear what's going on inside of the room based on what's happening or the audio that's taking place. So really basic functions, but still, I think that for this type of camera, it works really well. Now, if I want to see the videos that have been taken or the pictures, here's one of the pictures that I took, and we'll go ahead and rotate it this way so you can see it. Oh, it doesn't rotate, so we'll just have to, and it doesn't zoom. So here's the photo. But this was stored in Apple Photo, so you should be able to magnify it in there. Here's our recording, and if I press the play button, it's picking up what I said just as I was doing the recording. And the quality is really good, so I can hear really clearly my voice and what happened there. From a settings perspective, we take a look at settings. You have account information, and let's see what's in that account area. So here you can change your password, you can change your nickname, you can provide feedback, and then you can sign out. So there are not a lot of features here. So this is a really basic camera, and let's see what we have here. Here's some other features I wanted to see. So it looks like we have the ability to set up additional cameras. Let's see what else is here. If we had SD card, what else? The ability to input a device name. That's nice. And then we have the ability to delete. So really basic. A couple things that I noticed that the camera does not have, and may or may not be important for some of you, and that is it doesn't have zoning. It doesn't have motion detection. It doesn't appear to have. And what we'll do next is test the night vision and see how well it picks up in low light environments. So let's check that out before we finish our review. Looks like through the camera. I'm going to rotate it so that we can get a larger view. And what I'll do is also I'll change it from the basic view to the high definition view. So here we have a high definition look of what's going on in that room, and I'm going to tap away so you can see what's there. You can see how I can zoom in. So it's doing a really decent job of bringing out the light sources that are available in the room. So that's pretty nice there. And if we look at the quality, I try to get it a little closer for you so you can see there is some pixelation and some noise that you're seeing. But once again, for this type of camera and the price point, I think it's pretty good. So you can see how much it's actually bringing out from the actual light, and also how it looks in a low light condition. So this concludes our review of the miCam HD camera from miSafes. We want to thank miSafes for making the product available for us to review on our channel, and I also want to thank you for watching. If you have any comments or questions about the product, leave it on the YouTube channel. I will include a link, and once again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.